right, hey there, data lovers, and welcome to another I Love Data Fridays here at the International Data Evaluation Center on the campuses of The Ohio State University. And folks, welcome to episode 21 of I Love Data Fridays. And today we're going to talk about how to make the OS Total Score growth chart using Google Sheets. So that is the chart that I demonstrated at the Teacher Leader Institute. And we've done a couple videos on how to do it in Excel. And today we're going to do it using Google Sheets. So hey, who's talking data to you today? Well, of course, you've got me, Jeff Breimer-Bashore, Director of IT and Operations here at the International Data Evaluation Center. And let's get to it. What is our mission today? So as I said, today we are going to be talking about how to make the OS Total Score growth chart using our Google Sheets. So I will be demonstrating how to do that. And then we will have a question and answer session at the end in case I need to go back over and cover a few things again. And we will be, on this video, I will be having you guys submit your questions to this URL, this www.slido.com. And when you get there, you will enter in event number 8171. And that will, once we get to the end there, will pop up little questions on my screen here. I will be able to see them. And we can hopefully answer the questions that you have. All right. Now, don't worry. I have the web URL for the questions down at the bottom here in case you're a little slow getting that typed in. It's all down there at the bottom of the slides. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Oops. Come on, slide. It's time to talk a little data. Data. All right, so here, now I've got to swing around a few windows here, and let's bring this up. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I am here on Google Sheets, and I have a Google Sheet set up and ready to go for today. We are going to make that OS Total Score chart. So just like with Excel, in Google Sheets here, there is like no standard, OS Total Score growth chart. We have to manipulate Google Sheets into doing what we want it to do, all right? So the first thing we need, of course, is just a blank sheet that you can work with, all right? So we can get one of those open. And then what we do to get ourselves started, we kind of have to set ourselves up a little bit. So in column A, we will type in, and I've pre-typed this information in for today, the categories, each of these rows here, the discontinued, recommended, full program, and average first grader, these will be the individual bars that get displayed on our chart. And then we will plug in our data over here. Now, I'm not going to revisit how to compute the growth or do the value, how to get the data for the OS Total Score chart. If I've set everything up right, there should be a little information icon, a little card that you can click on in the top right-hand corner of this video that takes you back to the video that shows you where to find the total score data and what total score data to use. But for the sake of today, we have a few things pre-prepared and ready to go. All right, so once we've typed in the categories, the different bars that we want to appear along the left-hand side, the next thing we have to do is put in column B here, B1, cell B1, the word fall. And then in cell D1, we need to put in year end. Now, you're probably raising your hand and you're like, wait a minute, Jeff, you skipped over column C. And yes, that is on purpose because of the chart that we are using. It is actually expecting some different information in some columns. So to get it to do what we want to do, we have to split our fall data and our year-end data column titles over here. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to get our data. Now, I've got my data all ready to go, so I can do some cutting and pasting. I've got my fall data here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it into the fall column here. So there we go. meaning that these are all my fall scores for my different categories. You know, my discontinued students had a fall OS total score of around 408. My recommended kids, 367. My full program kids, 396. And the average first grader starts around 441. Now, I'm going to take those numbers again, and I am going to put them in also column C. All right, so we've got two columns that are exactly the same numbers right there. Jeff, why? Because that is just how we're going to get the chart to work. Like I said, we have to manipulate Google Sheets to get the chart to look the way that we want it. So doing this helps get us there. It's because of the type of chart we're using. We're going to be using a candlestick chart, and it wants data in that column C. All right, let's go back. I'm going to get my year-end data. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste that in the year-end column right under year-end. And then I'm going to go over to column E, and I am going to cut and once again paste that into column E, because remember, we're manipulating Google Sheets to give us the chart that we want, and we need that data in column E because the candlestick chart wants that data in column E. All right, so my data is ready to go. I am ready to actually make the chart now. So I am going to highlight all of my data. So I get a nice little blue rectangle there, and I'm going to come over to the Insert menu, come down to the Chart button right there. I'm going to say Chart. Now I think it gives us a bar chart by default. It's being slow. Oh, there it is. It's giving us a column chart by default. Yes, thank you. I know you have a new chart editor. Dismiss. So I'm going to come over here to the chart type box, all right? And I am going to click on the little drop down. And this is where we are going to select our candlestick chart right here, our candlestick chart. And when I select the candlestick chart, voila, like magic, it makes our OS total score growth chart right there. I'm just going to make it a little bigger so we can see it. So there we go. That's how you make a OS total score growth chart on Google Sheets. Now you might have a question, Jeff, how can I change the color of my bars? I spent 20 minutes earlier this morning and I still have not been able to figure out how to change the color on these bars. If anyone happens to figure it out in the meantime, send me an email and I will certainly do an update video or send out something that shows how to change those colors. Now, if you have watched our previous video on using Excel to make the OS total score growth chart, you would have seen a part where I had put labels at the top of each of these bars up here that showed the years of growth. So it said like 1.2 years of growth, 1.2 years of growth, and then the average first grader gets 1 year of growth. So now, we can't do that in the candlestick chart on Google Sheets, and I've tried to find how to do that. The only thing, and I just can't find a way to do that. The only thing I can recommend is that you actually type in that information, the 1.2 years of growth, into your labels right over here. So they will show up down at the bottom. So let me show you what it will look like. I have items pre-typed out here for me. I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm going to paste things in here, people, just so I can do it faster. But all you have to do is just type in 1.2 year. Once you've calculated the years of growth, all you have to do is just type it in. And notice how the bar down below changes. We've added it in there. Now let me just paste the rest of those in there. So there we go. Now you've got your years of growth inserted in there as well. If you're wanting to get a bit more fancy and you want that years of growth to appear on the second line, you're going to click up in the box, this box right here, and you'll click just before the parenthesis. And then we're going to hold down on the Control button on our keyboard, the CTRL button. If you're a Simpsons fan, Homer Simpson refers it to as the Catarl button. So we're going to hold down the Catarl button, and then we're going to hit Enter. If you're a PC user, you're going to hit then Return if you're a Mac user. So Control, Enter. And it puts it on the second line. And then we're just going to click out of it. Oh, it didn't change it at all. I thought it was totally going to change it and put it down on a second line. It made a liar out of me. I'm going to try it one more time. All right, backspace, Control, Enter, Return. Oh, it won't do it. All right, never mind. I thought I had done this earlier this morning and it put it all on a second line. Well, how embarrassing. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, other than that little embarrassing part there at the end, this is how you make your OS total score growth chart in Google Sheets. Before we go to our question and answer session, just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel and you're watching this on YouTube right now, just move your mouse over to the right-hand side of the screen and click that subscribe button and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get all the updates whenever we post a video up on our website. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to look over to our questions screen here. If you do have any questions and if you need that URL again, the URL is right here, www.slido.com, event number 8171. Go ahead and start typing questions. I'll remain silent here and see if anything comes in. While we're waiting to see if any questions are coming in, let me bring this slide up. So if you want to play around with the example I had today, you can go to this web address, this ostotalscore.idecweb.us, and that will take you to the actual Google Sheet I was editing today. So ostotalscore.idecweb.us will take you to the example I did today. You will see on the screen, you should see my completed version of the total score there. Now I'm going to clean it up slightly. I'm going to remove that. Let's remove just that return. There we go. Get that back to like it was. There we go. And I haven't gotten any questions yet. I don't see anyone submitting any questions. We'll give it 30 more seconds here, folks, and then we'll call it good. While we're doing that, I'm just going to curious to see if I can figure out how to change chart type or chart the color of one of these bars. If I do a paint bucket, nope, that just paint buckets that. Undo. Chart area, chart style, that just adjusts the axes, titles, grid lines, data range. That just lets me pick new data. Customize. Yeah, that's the same stuff I saw earlier. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I cannot figure out how to do that. All right, I'm going to say my 30 seconds up here. I don't see any questions on the screen here. So what I think we'll do is I'm going to bring up Excel here real again. So remember, you can see this example online live, ostotalscore.idecweb.us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say thank you once again for watching, and I love Data Fridays here at the International Data Evaluation Center, and we will talk data to you later.